Okay, so we are just finishing up this stuff. So yesterday we talked about sometimes you have to work backwards, right, and get those missing pieces, which is fine. It's all subtraction or maybe addition if you go forward. But lastly, sometimes we have to create the whole table. Okay, so here's the information. It says you conduct a survey that asks a bunch of people in your school whether they have played a musical instrument or participated in a sport. It gives you a whole bunch of information. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is talk about how do you make this table. So we start by using the survey question. So you have to kind of put yourself in the situation of if it actually was you doing the survey, what questions did you ask? So we use that to create the categories. And then we label the rows and the columns. Oops, columns. Columns has an N in it. Okay, so if it says you conduct a survey that asks 397 students in your school whether they have played a musical instrument or participated in a sport, what do you think the first question? This is not a hard question. What do you think the first question was?
I do play a musical instrument.
Do you play a musical instrument? So that's one of my categories. So I'm going to put instrument. Okay. Now, we're going to do both of these at the same time. What would be, this was do you, right? I'm just going to put do you play. What would be your possible answers? Yes or no. It's not asking you what instrument you play, right? Which would be a very large table. So you need a yes and a no. Okay, so then your table's going to be down here, right? And then what's the other question they asked? Do play sport. So I'll put that over here. Play a sport. Okay. What are the possible answers for do you play a sport?
Yes or no.
Again, yes and no. So do you see what I mean? Like you have to read it and be like, okay, how would they ask that? What are the questions? And then yes or no or whatever. If they asked what grade you were in, if they give a survey to high schoolers and they asked what grade you were in, what would your labels have to be? 9, 10, 11, and 12, right? Because you have more than two options. These are just two option ones. Okay. So we also have totals here, right? So actually I want to make my graph a little bit bigger. Whatever this is, not a graph, it's a table. Total. Somebody's very happy whistling. Okay, now that's your first part. Like sometimes I feel like that's the hardest is making sure you have all the things in the right place. Because if you don't have this, you're not going to be able to do the rest of it. Okay? So, what you have to do, and some people think this next thing is the hardest. The next thing you have to do is reread this paragraph. So let me say this. I probably would only read the first sentence and not read the rest of it because I'm going to figure out what I need. Musical instrument, participate in a sport. I'm going to find all the information I need. I don't want to read it twice. That's just me. So I'm going to go back and read it again. There's a bunch of numbers in here and we have to put them in the right place. So this says you conduct a survey that asks 397 students in your school. 397. Where does it go? Bottom right. This is our overall total. So 397 students. Okay, now you don't even have to finish that sentence. Okay, I'm going to teach you a sneaky thing. If you look at this, it only looks like there's one other number. There's actually 3. Okay, so listen, be very careful. This is an English grammar thing. So if you were in English class, your English teacher would tell you this. If you start if you start a sentence with a number, you have to write it out in words. So sentence 2 starts with a number. So it says 118 of the students have played a musical instrument. So pause. 118 students have played a musical instrument. Where does that 118 go? Bottom left. That's the total of the people who have played an instrument, 118. Okay, and then it says of those. So when you see that says of those, it means you're staying in the same column. Okay, 57 of those have participated in a sport. So where do they go? Yeah, they're going the yes, right up here. So that's your 57. So again, when it says something of those, you stay in your same row or your same column. Okay, next one. There's another number there, 34. 34 of the students have not played a musical instrument or participated in a sport. Where do those 34 go? Those are the no-nos. Correct. Okay, now we have enough information or enough spaces and everything to fill in the rest of it. Please do that. This is what we did yesterday. Yeah. Oh yeah, all that. And what we did on the warm up. Like if you did this warm up stuff okay, then you'll be okay. Otherwise, you're gonna watch the video. Okay. Yep. What else is going on? You going yesterday? You get how we're filling them in? Yeah. Okay. You get how we're filling them in? Okay. There's one more. Okay. I want to fill in my own personal self, the bottom middle. What do we get for the bottom middle?
279.
Yup, 279. We get that by subtracting 397 minus 118. Let's fill in this one. So this is the yes instrument, no sport. What we get?
61.
Okay. What goes up here? 245. And then I just like to add better, so I like to leave myself some addition. What's the top right? 2. And this guy? 95. Now, let me say this. Because you can put your labels however you want, it is possible that you have your numbers in different places. Because if you put no yes and then you swap sports and instruments, your table's going to be different as far as the numbers where they are, but you should have all the same numbers. They might just be in different places. Okay, and you should absolutely have the same total. So it should have the same numbers. They might be in different places just depending on where you put your stuff. Okay, you guys try this one. Okay, try it on your own, see what happens, and then we will go over it. I didn't forget. That's why I recommend. Okay, so what you need to do is I stapled some of that. So you're gonna go through. You're gonna fix the thing, right? I'll show you the eyes to help you figure out what you did wrong, like whatever. Okay, like you thought you can only see me, but this is important for you to be like, oh, even if you take it. So then, if you didn't know, so if you feel like I just didn't know, then what is it that you need to learn? Like, what is it that you have to memorize or remember for the next test? Okay, so if you want to write, I don't know, or I didn't know, what information did you need? Yeah. Well, you can't just say how to do that, but how about I should probably have memorized Boyd's love form, right? Okay, anyway, so you come see me and I'll help you with any of it. When you're done with this, you bring it to me and I'll look through it, make sure it's all correct, and then I'll schedule you. Not answering a question?
How did that?
For sure.
How did
You?
that?
No. only get the one though, so it's still not.
So it's not
How does one achieve this level of what?
hopelessness.
I don't know, I'm so sorry.
It's not one of those.
Not altogether. That one piece of it was. Oh, I know. Like you said, it's 85, 35.
If you make sense,
math,
we're the end of us.
also in chess.
Take
Beautiful.
away, take it out.
I don't know, we're not ready. Come on, Addison, you got this.
I don't think I did this right.
It's fine. So this would, oh, okay, so do this. Chess club, math club. Okay? That will make your life much better. Yep. Yep. Okay, so. The two questions they're gonna ask in the survey are gonna be, are you in math clubs and are you in chess club? Do you want this to be like math and then chess, yes, no? Because, right, those are the questions they put out in their survey. So 35 students are, I gotta read it. 35 students are in math club, that's a total. Right, 35, wait a second, 35 of the students are in math club total.
So I need that one.
Yes.
Then I need a row like this. You don't need that right there. What did you say, Tyler?
So 35 of the students are in math club, so that's this now. All of those students, 20 of those students are also.
I have a computer. That's better, that's better.
Not be nice.
I'm sorry.
Pencils.
I totally just gave him your eraser, I'm so sorry. I should have put Abby like that.
No.
I know, but it's, yeah.
Every now and then.
I don't know what to do.
I can't help you with that.
I don't think it'll be
Second. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So if you make a survey that asks students whether they're in math club or chess club, what's the first question you're going to say? Are you in math club? And all you're going to say is yes or no. No. You either are or you aren't. Okay.
What if you're on the fence?
What's the no fences in math club? That's fencing club.
Where's your robot math club?
It stays in math club. Okay. Your second question is, are you in chess club? What could you answer? Yes or no. Okay. So if you don't have those labels, you're not going to get it right. Okay. It's just because that's the way it's got to be. Now, it says you conduct a survey that asks 85 students in your school. So where does that go? Bottom right. That's your overall total. 85 students were asked. Now, so some people were asking about this, so see if this helps a little bit. It says 35 of the students are in math club. You have to ask yourself, is that a total?
No.
35 students in math club.
Yes.
If that's a total, it goes on the outside, right? It goes in the margins. So that's got to go here. Okay? And then it says 20 of those students are also in chess. So that's the double yes. So there's 20 there. Okay? And that says 38 of the students are not in math club or chess club. Where are those? Those are no-nos. And I heard Tyler say, that's 15. What's this one? 50. What's this one? 12. Okay, this one? 32 and 53. See what I said? Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say to you. The number one thing on these is setting up your table right with the categories in the right place, making sure you know what the questions are. And then the second most thing would be reading right. This is you got to read it right, or it's not going to work out for you. So here's what we're going to do. You have lots of homework time. I'm going to give you your homework.
Is there a lot of questions?
It's a worksheet.
Oh, okay. That's way better.
My other classes like worksheets more than book homework.
Me too.
Yeah.
It saves my paper.
Yeah, I know. It saves a lot of paper, and you don't have to spend as much. Front back, you got to do some reading. You got to do some making. There's all kinds of things on this. So review the whole thing. When you get done, let me know, and I'll check it over, make sure it's right, and then I have a potential extra credit opportunity for you. It's definitely above. So.
I need that.